some capacity to get the water to it. If their drains on the streets aren't going to the retention pond, then there shouldn't be houses being built, because that was one of the requirements, was the retention pond, to get the water off that property once they started pouring concrete. And we got a lot of concrete out there already. And, I met out there, a couple weeks ago, and I was shocked, at the size of at the pond, cause I don't think it's right. And I called Dee about it and talked to Councilman Hoyer. And, I think that the contractor has, not fulfilled his obligation to have it right while he's building. Cause that's why that water came across Monroe, and that 11-inch rain should never came there. If that pond's working to accommodate the concrete he has poured, that's a lot of concrete. That water should never come across that street.
Do we know if the pond is the proper size?
We'd have to ask the engineer, I don't have that information.
Well,
I do know that the portion of the streets that are there now, the ones that are open and unpassable, they are hooked in, I know that.
They're hooked into the pond?
Just the streets.
Well, they wasn't when they had them hay bales in front
No,
of them.
not then, but today they are.
On two separate occasions, we went in there to check our land, cause I do live there. The first time my wife went in, the hay bales were not pulled, and there was a significant amount of water on the streets. The second time she went in, same type of rain event, the hay bales had been pulled by the contractor, because they didn't do it the first time, cause it happened on a weekend, on a holiday weekend. Second time they pulled them, they had a lot better drainage, and I'm pretty sure that that was not the time that it went across the road. The streets do drain, so it's hooked in somewhere. But I'd like to see if it's fixed or not.
I'll try to get the engineer.
I'd like to have an answer.
Back,
The right size.
back to the West Jefferson, this side of West Jefferson and Lawndale, should not be affected by that side of Monroe. So I don't see a reason why we shouldn't proceed to fix the drainage pipe, put the catch basin to shed water faster on the West Jefferson side, even before we get the answers from Monroe, because all that's gonna do is help. It's not gonna hinder anything, and it's not gonna change the flow on this side. If something is to happen on the Monroe side to make it better, this is still gonna be better for us in the long run.
I'll make a motion that we, fix the pipe and put the catch basin in on the, West Jefferson side. Not to exceed $10,000. If it does, it's brought to the council first, to see the estimates.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor to proceed forward with the catch basin and fixing the drainage on West Jefferson, and it not to exceed the amount of $10,000. Is there any other discussion or comments?
I do have a question. Was there not already some money allocated to put a culvert across there? Is that money still allocated for this project?
Yes, sir.
So the 10,000 is significantly less than the money that was
Much less.
allotted?
Yes, sir.
So should we possibly bump the not to exceed price in order to accommodate, so that we don't delay construction?
That's totally up to the council, but the funds are available whatever way you wanna go.
I just don't want it to delay it.
I don't think it will.
Well, contractors cost a lot of money.
Really? I put that pencil.
I would amend my second to 15,000.
That'll give us.
Okay, I'll
that'll
bump it,
give us
I'll
some-
bump it to 15, just to, and it's, man, I like to see what things cost. I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. I don't like to sign tickets to things that I don't know what's gonna cost. Cause things get spent that don't have nothing to do with certain projects. And I just like to, that's just the way I am, sorry.
Well, let's make sure.
I changed my motion to, instead of 10,000, 15,000.
And I accept the amendment and the second amendment.
Okay, so we now have a motion to continue with the project on West Jefferson drainage, not to exceed an amount of 15,000. Are there any other questions or comments?
I wanna make sure we get the report on Indian Springs. We need a report on the finished size of that retention pond. We need a report on the size of the retention pond for the first phase, in case they're planning on doing phase 1, phase 2 to the retention pond. We need a report on what size the pond is now, because it's, if it's supposed to be 2 acres, it's only about an acre, acre and a third now,
Maybe.
due to measurements. So we need to know those issues, and when those drainage systems were active, that would help address some of these people who have had that issue at the 10 or 11-inch thing, that water was still coming over. Thank God we didn't get any water, because things were, your alley drainage was working so much better. I need those answered,
I'll
and
try to
that's
answer
the
next week.
questions the public wants to hear.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Thank you.
I will actually try to bring the engineer here, so the council can
Well, give
ask
him a heads
Oh,
up, so we
definitely.
don't
I'm not
catch
gonna
him.
ambush him.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree
I
with
want to
Mr.
do
Holder. I think that's a lot of the questions, is to reassure the citizens that those waters aren't gonna come across there. They realize that their side's draining, but if it's coming from the other side so fast that it can't handle it, none of this will do any good. So, so we'll move forward with this motion with the anticipation of this report coming at the next
Yes, ma'am.
council meeting. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem votes aye, Councilman Baton,
Aye.
Councilman Bourne,
Aye.
Councilman Hollier,
Aye.
motion passes.